Being able to post 4.57, I'm proud of that. Proud of that number. I think I could have gone sub 4.5 or 4.55, but 4.57 I'm not too mad about.
So not being invited to the combine, did that add fuel to you?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I was snubbed at the combine for sure. The body of work that I've had with these teams here, you know, when I didn't see my name as a combine guy, I felt disrespected for sure. But hey, it's just you know, more fuel to the fire, and just being able to come out here, show the scouts what I got, and being able to really just put on a show. It's been a lot of fun, and good way to cap off a great career at Penn State. So I'm really thankful for it.
After 6 years, were you finally able to kind of take a breather over the last couple months, and what did that kind of process look like for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, just being able to go back, and it was funny just going through with my QB coach, just being able to really diagnose the tape of not only last year but all the years, and just see all the really, I mean, you're watching the tape, but you're also reminiscing on the moments that you had. So, I mean, it was a fun process. Just being able to see, you know, all the different, you know, games that we played in, watching some of the TV cuts back, being able to see the whiteout and all those different games. It's cool to be able to kind of reminisce because I was just so head down when I was here. So being able to kind of take a deep breath and really look at the body of work that we all had was a lot of fun.
When you said QB coach, excuse me, did you mean Yursich, or are you working with somebody else as you get ready?
Yeah, I've never had a true QB coach.
Right.
You know, I've trained with Quincy Avery before, but him and I have been one off. You know, he'll invite me down. Jordan Palmer, but I went down to Florida with Tony Rassiopi just because I wanted to kind of clean up my mechanics as much as I could. You know, I feel like I have a very clean throw, but being able to go down there, work on a couple things, shoulder closed, little details to just be able to take me to the next level. Being able to do that was a lot of fun.
When you watch those old games and reminisce, is there anything in particular from a game that you saw that you noticed on the film that you hadn't noticed before, whether it be not remembering it as it happened or not remembering it, even seeing it, watching film after the fact when you were still playing, if that makes sense?
I mean, we a lot of the tape that I watched, I already diagnosed 100 times before, just because you know, you get done with the game. But it's really good to put the body of work as a whole together and kind of see inconsistencies, things that you can improve on, and be able to really hone in on that. And that was really what I got to do. You know, see the whole body of work, see how I grew, because I feel like I'm truly playing my best ball. I think that, you know, the Rose Bowl speaks for itself, and I know that I'm playing my best ball, and I know that I'm a pro. So being able to show that today, show my speed, show my athleticism, and kind of silence the doubters there.
What are scouts telling you they like about your game?
Athleticism for sure. You know, being able to pop a 4.5. You know, not a lot of quarterbacks can do that, so I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of that time. Being able to also, you know, just make a play. Trying to show a little bit of that, you know, running around, throw some deep balls out here. But you know, all in all, just that I'm a leader and that I can play in a pro style offense. And just because I've had 4 offensive coordinators, I just learned so much, being able to take so much game from each and every single OC, quarterback coach, and just kind of make my game. And I feel like I can really provide a lot of value to a team, whether that be being the guy or being, you know, a 2 or 3. So
how does that kind of help you kind of going into the NFL, showing you can pick up on an offense so quickly as you've had 4 offensive coordinators?
I think it's huge. You know, that's what the league looks for a lot of times is can you come in, you know, week 2 or week 16 or whatever, and make plays and win the game. And you know, I had a lot of wins with a lot of teams here. I'm proud of the body of work that I had here. I feel like, you know, I didn't really get to look at the statistics until the end, and I feel like the statistics, the things that I was able to do was, you know, enough to put me in a pro QB room. And now once I get in there, it's just proving that I'm that guy. So
we've heard a lot of good things about Bo Pribula over the first couple of weeks of spring practice. Would you say his skill set is kind of similar to Tommy Stevens or Will Levis, or where would you kind of put his game?
I would say, I mean, he's like a blend of, you know, a bunch of different guys. I think he's as athletic as me. But I think that I'm not going to give him too much credit. That's my guy though. But I think, you know, he's a super athletic guy. Can make a lot of plays on his feet. It has a very, very low key great throw. I know he's working on his mechanics as well. I think he's just going to get better and better. It's going to be exponential, so I'm really excited to see what Bo can do.
So you've had a lot going on on the business side since we last talked to you. How are things going at Limitless, and how are you kind of balancing that with getting ready for the draft all at the same time? So
yeah, I think with the sale of Limitless, it was able, it allowed me to really be able to focus on the draft, because that is my main priority. Being able to be here, be present, be able to work out, and be my best self is the most important thing for me right now. But I think that the business side has really opened my eyes of just a different type of leadership, being able to work with a bunch of different people and create a company. It was a lot of fun. Still is a lot of fun to be a part of that. I'm on the board of the new group, and so just moving forward and being able to speak for student athletes who don't have a voice, and then be able to also meet a bunch of student athletes, because it's the sports industry is really growing right now, so it's cool to be able to see that.
how did
I've seen some quarterbacks in the NFL in the last couple of years who just got their foot in the door as undrafted free agents or late draft picks. How much do you draw out of that, knowing that if you could just get that opportunity? Is that kind of the way that you view it?
That's all I need. I just need to be in a camp. I just need to be able to be in a practice with the pros, because I know I'm a pro. I know I can come in and add value to a team. I know that more than anything. And I still think that I can play in the league 100%, provide to a team, win games the same way I did here. So it's just being able to come out, talk to as many scouts as possible, get to know some coaches. I got the Cowboys next week, throwing with them. So just being able to get around a bunch of teams, because I truly feel like no matter where I'm at, I could add a substantial amount of value.
What has your outreach been like in that way? How have you tried to put yourself in front of teams?
As much as I can. I think that the NFLPA game and the Holuba Bowl, specifically NFLPA too, just being able to go out there. I talked to pretty much every team in some capacity, and I've been able to keep up with a good amount of them. 6 to 10 probably that have actually kept up with me. Being able to meet last week with the Broncos and Davis Webb, who I have a lot of respect for from what he did in the pros and also college. But yeah, like I said, just continuing to build relationships and getting to talk to a bunch of these fantastic coaches, being able to show them that I'm ready for the NFL.
Looking back at your time at Penn State and your time as a leader, what is something that you kind of take pride in that you feel you were able to adequately instill in the younger quarterbacks that you mentored, and really the team in general too? So
I think it was what we did as captains. John Sutherland, I got to give him a ton of credit. The things that he did. We were in it together for 4 years as being the captains. I was blessed to have that respect from the team. So, John and I kind of holding it down, and every year just getting new captains in. We never had a bad batch. We were always together, very close. I think that this last year was one of the best I've ever seen, because I just really didn't have to worry. Tig and PJ were holding it down on the defensive side. If I needed anything, Juice isn't allowed, somebody who's gonna be loud, probably like me, but he, we balance each other out really well. And then, Stoll and Sutherland, it was just a fantastic crew, one that I can, I have most respect for those guys. And, to your point, just being able to have that support and build relationships, that's the most important thing. So.
It's been a long time, I'm sorry, Sean, since we've had